a team that is obviously leading the AL East and very, very talented, but very young. How aggressive do you think over the next few days we see the Baltimore Orioles be?
That is one of the biggest questions in the sport right now, Ben, because in my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of people who actually work for teams, they should be aggressive.
Yeah.
They have a farm system that is arguably the deepest in the game, or certainly one of the deepest in the game. And what they have is duplication at a number of positions. They got a ton of infielders. Not all of them are going to play in the big leagues for the Baltimore Orioles. It's simply not going to happen. There are not enough spots to go around. So at some point, they need to start pairing off their assets and bringing in veterans. It's consolidation at the very least.
Yeah.
They need a starting pitcher. Wells is approaching an innings limit or is past his innings limit, will be. And some of their other young guys, Grayson Rodriguez, is kind of in uncharted territory as well. Bradish and the whole gang. They need veteran stability in their rotation beyond Gibson and Irvin. And really, they need that not only to get through the season, but if they're going to be a serious playoff team, and right now they have the best record in the American League, why shouldn't they think that way? They need more. And I would expect them to be aggressive. They need to be aggressive. And if they're not, there's going to be a lot of criticism.
Ken, you and I, we're not GMs. We're just fans of the game and talk about baseball. I would love to see them with those names you mentioned, those minor leaguers. They can't all play in the big leagues for the Orioles. Use now as a time to go get an arm with some control, maybe like an Eduardo Rodriguez, a guy that you can have on the team that's going to be there for at least a couple of years potentially, but we'll see. Because I thought last year's offseason or this past offseason was the time for them to prove that they can be aggressive and that they're ready to win. And they didn't really do it. So I'd like to see.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. And their logic was we're going to be better in 24 than in 23, better in 25 than in 24. Okay.
Yeah.
But guess what? Your window is now, and you don't get to pick your competitive window. When you have a team like this, a team playing at such a high level, you have to reinforce that team. And Eduardo Rodriguez is a little bit tricky because he has an opt-out.
Yeah.
And I expect he would opt out if he pitches well. But your point is well taken. With some of their position players, their young ones, they could conceivably load up a package to go get a guy that we haven't even considered yet because he's a controllable starter that you wouldn't expect to see moved.